The Saskatchewan Summer Games are set for 2024 in Lloydminster. City Council discussed the capital budget earlier this week. The city approved a $250,000 amount from the capital budget. The money is for required upgrades to certain infrastructure such as new irrigation systems, court enhancements for beach volleyball, and more washrooms.
Identified areas of some additional work to be done from that perspective. Council did budget money last year in the budget, and that was approved to spend another $250,000 for capital improvements, with an additional $250 coming from the Saskatchewan Sports Council, I understand, to enhance even more.
With the 2020 Saskatchewan Summer Games being cancelled, the 2024 games have been in the making for years.
Seen some significant improvements to sporting facilities, recreation for our community, which will provide for a top-notch 2024 Saskatchewan Summer Games.
The Saskatchewan Summer Games take place from July 21st to July 27th, 2024.
How cute.
You gotta love when dogs and cats can get along, and they're just so cute when they do.
Oh, so
and they
cute.
get all cuddly.
Especially the size of those little guys, too.
They're just little babies.
Adorable, yeah.
But yeah, so the weekend is coming up, and
it's right around the corner.
How is the weather for the weekend?
Not the best news. It's going to cool down a little bit, and it's actually going to start tomorrow. So we'll get into that here, but first let's take a look at what we've been seeing today here in Lloydminster. Nice warm day, again, not as warm as we've seen other days this week, but still not too bad. As you can see here on our almanac, it's warmer today than the average is for this time of the year. So some optimism there is we're having a nice fall, so we'll take that. So things are going to cool down, and they're going to probably be sitting around that average that we are normally expecting for this time of the year. So we've been spoiled the past little bit. Taking a look at current conditions at Lloydminster's airport, we're sitting at 16 degrees and some sun. So yeah, that's a little colder than we've seen earlier when we were kind of hovering above 20 degrees. So a little chillier, you know, you want to bring that fall jacket out. You know, it's not shorts weather anymore, at least for most people. I know some people will wear shorts in -30, but for us normal people, it's time to put those shorts away for a little while. Taking a look over in North Battleford, they've been warmer than us all week, and it continues again today. 18 degrees is the high in North Battleford. Partly cloudy, partly sunny day for them there. Moving on now to Cold Lake, we see a rainy day right now, 16 degrees, cloudy and some rain. I believe it's been cloudy for most of the day up in Cold Lake. As we take a look across our region, no one is cracking above 20 degrees. So starting off in the Alberta side, our coldest spot is St. Paul and Vermilion, as well as Moraine, sitting around 15. And the warmest, it goes warmer as we head south. Wainwright and Provost are both sitting at 18. Taking a look here on the Saskatchewan side, we have a warmer temperature and a cooler temperature than on the Alberta side. It's 12 degrees up in Meadow Lake, so pretty chilly up there. And then down in Macklin, we're sitting at 19. So pretty consistent, but also a little bit of different temperatures there across both our provinces in this region. For the day tonight, though, overnight tonight, I guess for the night here in Lloydminster, it's going to cool down to about 6 degrees. Moving on to North Battleford, a little colder. There we go. We're finally warmer than North Battleford. We just have to wait for tonight for that. It's going to be 4 degrees overnight tonight for the folks out in North Battleford. And then finally taking a look here at Cold Lake, sitting at 4 degrees, same as North Battleford, with some clouds breaking throughout the evening. So something to keep in mind is it's getting colder and colder as we head throughout our days, looking into the night as well. Taking a look at, this was what Callan was asking about, what is our weekend going to look like? And you got some sun at least, but it's going to be a little colder than what we're used to seeing this week. So a chance we'll see some showers in and around throughout the day tomorrow. 14 degrees for your high, but big chance we'll see some rain. Things will cool off by a degree as we head into Saturday for a mostly cloudy day. And then even colder day of 12 on Sunday, but there'll be periods of sun. So that's the bright side. That's a look, your first look here at weather, and I'll be back later in the show for your extended weather forecast.
Thank you so much for that weather, Jace. When we come back, we'll take a look at today's business headlines. Rustlers' men's volleyball team looks to improve upon last season's trip to the ACAC playoffs. Our Thomas Wildman has more on the new look Rustlers.
The men's volleyball team had a bit of turnover this year, with them losing a part of their core but gaining a fresh batch of rookies.
You know what, we had quite a few players leave after last year, so luckily we're super deep in our roster, and those guys who maybe didn't quite get an opportunity like they were hoping last year have now stepped up, and I think we're going to see really, really good things from them. And then our rookie crew, there's going to be some growing pains to start with, but again, we're hoping that they'll be able to compete against our starting lineup and give us a test every day in our training, and then hopefully when called upon, they'll be ready to go.
With those new rookies, they will be getting some help from the veterans to become accustomed to college volleyball.
Yeah, it takes a lot. Guys have been playing on different teams, and every team's a little bit different, so it takes a while to get them used to our style and how we play, so it's coming along though. They're getting it pretty good.
With a now much younger team, the Rustlers will still look to be a strong ball control team, but will also have a stronger attack.
A bit different from last year. I think our serve and attack are going to be our strong suits. And just team chemistry even as well. I think that's grown a lot since last year as well. Everyone's kind of meshed together as well, so really looking forward to it.
The Rustlers will start their regular season in October with 2 games against the Concordia Thunder. Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news.
And I'm joined today here on Primetime Local News with Lori Harris from the Lloydminster Native Friendship Center. It's great to have you here on the show, Lori.
Thanks for having me.
Now we're talking about a nice event that's going to be coming up tomorrow. It's taking place on Friday, kind of coinciding with Orange Shirt Day and National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. There's going to be a walk taking place. Native Friendship Center is putting it on. Before we get into the walk, though, I wanted to talk a little bit about Orange Shirt Day in general. I think it's something that's happened for a while, but more recently people are talking about it, maybe recognizing the importance and the significance of it a little more.
You're right. So Orange Shirt Day is a day to honor and to remember residential school survivors and those that didn't make it home. It's a chance for community. It's a big step in truth and reconciliation, I believe, for people to gather, wear orange shirt, and just be a solid unit to represent all those people that experience experience residential schools. And the orange shirt, of course, as a lot of people know, Phyllis Webstead was a little student going off to a residential school for the very first time. And her grandma had bought her this beautiful little orange shirt to wear on her first day. And when she got there, of course, like all the children, quite often were stripped of all their belongings, their clothes. And Phyllis was so, so sad about that. And even in her older adult years, it reminded her every time she saw the color orange, what was taken away from her, what was taken away from all the children. So orange was the color that they decided to use to represent the day, and I think it's a great choice. It stands out, it's vibrant, and when I wear it, I really think about what it would be like to be one of those children, and sometimes it's hard to let your heart go there.
Yeah, it's very difficult, but it's an important time
Absolutely.
of reflection as well. Talk to me a little bit about what's planned here in Lloydminster on Friday.
So we chose Friday just because Saturday we're not open, but also we hope to be able to include some of the schools to come to participate in our event. So at 10 o'clock in the morning we're doing a teepee raising at City Hall, and that's going to be led by John Littlewolf, an elder that we have that helps us out quite a lot. And John is really, if you ever want to learn about what all the teepee poles mean and all of that type of thing, John's really good at teaching you why it's set up the way it is. And then at 1 o'clock, we're gathering at the Lloydminster Native Friendship Center. And then we'll be having an opening prayer. And then we will be starting the walk led by a jingle dancer. That's one of our local high school students, and she's going to be leading the walk. And we walk around the civic block basically, and end up back at City Hall for a small program.
And what's that program going to
So the
entail?
program this year is going to be, you know, of course, greetings from the mayor, greetings from our center, but also then we have a dance presentation. The school drum group is going to be, and I forgot their name, I'm sorry guys. I should have written it down, but it's a youth drum group that's been started in the schools, and they're going to be coming in, being our drum group. And we're actually going to have a residential school survivor talk to us a little bit about his story. And then we end with a community round dance. There'll be refreshments, cookies and water and juice for anybody that needs a little bit of a refreshment out there.
And that'll all be taking place at City Hall.
It's all the front of City Hall there, yes,
and
after the
TP
walk.
will be up as
the
well.
TP will be up, yeah.
And is anyone in the community invited to come out and participate in this?
Absolutely, anyone, absolutely everyone is welcome to come. And if you do have an orange shirt, we'd appreciate if you wore it. If you're having trouble finding one, give us a shout. We'll see what we can do. And we just really love to have the community support for this event. It just sends such a strong message of truth and reconciliation to the community. And I think it's just such an important day.
Do you feel like there's been more people kind of participating or being interested in learning more and sharing during this time over the past number of years?
I think there's really been a huge increase about learning more in the overall community, becoming more educated about, you know, when I went to school, we knew nothing about residential schools. It wasn't taught in our history books. I had no clue. And so when I did learn at university, I was horrified, and I think that's happening to a lot of people. Okay, I want to know more. I want to become educated about it. And I was just at a meeting last night with someone, and she was telling me that they have a program, and that's for university students, and more students are wanting to learn more and become more involved, and I think that's just really, really important.
And hopefully we can have a lot of people here in Lloydminster showing up tomorrow and taking part in this, because it's an important time to gather as a community as well.
It is important. I know the weather might be a little bit cooler, so please just dress for it. You know, maybe wear that extra layer and throw your t-shirt over top, or your hoodie, or whatever you might have. I know there's places in town that are also selling them, so and if you don't have orange, that doesn't mean that you can't come. Just please come. We appreciate the support. It means the world to the community, and really an important thing for truth and reconciliation.
Perfect. Well, Lori, thank you so much for coming in and sharing this with us. We're very excited to see everything that's always happening at the Lloydminster Native Friendship Center.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
David Larry from Bozier's Greenhouse is joining me today on Primetime Local News. A couple of events coming up at this amazing corn maze that you guys have, David. First of all, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Stacy. Really wanted to thank you for inviting me. And yeah, we're excited about the next few weeks here at the corn maze.
Well, let's first we'll talk about the haunted corn maze. It sounds so exciting, and I imagine it's incredibly spooky. So a couple of dates for that coming up in October. David, what can people experience when they go through the haunted version of the corn maze?
Well, the haunted corn maze is something we started out with in our very first year with the corn maze, and ever since then, it is probably the most anticipated event of the season for us. We hire a bunch of extra help and some students, and we have scare people out in the maze. It could be upwards of 15, 20 people some nights. and it is full dark, and people try to conquer the maze. And while they're doing that, we have our people out there scaring them, and we really have a big following with it, and people look forward to it, and it's just a grand old time. Sometimes in October, the nights can get cooler. We have bonfires, we have warm food and drinks, and in our cook shack, and yeah, people love to come out.
This just sounds like a whole lot of fun. If somebody is going to take in the corn maze, how long can they expect it to go to run through the actual maze? And you know, when they're running from the spooky people inside there as well, how much time does it usually spend in the maze?
Well, we have a 5.2 acre maze. I would say the average person at night is going to probably a good half hour, maybe 45 minutes to go through it at night. A little bit less in the day, but that's kind of what you should allot. Tickets for that are all pre-sold. You pick your time slots, and we kind of stagger the amount of people that go in at one time, so we don't have a big group in there and kind of wrecking the experience for others. So.
Well, the date for the Haunted Maze, you have 4 opportunities this year. So it's the 13th, 14th, and the 20th and 21st. And as you said, you want people to book ahead of time. So where do they find information on how to book those tickets?
Uh, Best place to go is if you're following us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, or you can go to our website, bozersgreenhouse.ca, and also bozerscornmaze.ca. The tickets are available on our greenhouse website. The links are all there. You select the date and time that you want, and go ahead and purchase your tickets online on our website.
Now, prior to that, David, the Harvest Feast is coming up. That is October 7th. Tell me a little bit about what that is.
Well, Harvest Feast was also something we kind of had, and it's kind of a celebration of harvest. Most farmers, we hope, are done by then. People have got their gardens in, and we thought the best time to do that is during Thanksgiving. We cook a beautiful smoked turkey and a ham supper, and we have 100 tickets available for that night, just so we can know how much food to cook. And if people want to join us, it's Saturday, October 7th this year, right here at the greenhouse. Even if it's inclement weather, we'll bring it indoors. So we got enough room inside. We get some local musicians to play some music, and it's just a grand time. Let's hope we've really lucked out the last few years and had beautiful weather. But even if it could be cool, whatever, you could dress up, and it's a great time. Those tickets are also available on our website to purchase.
Now, outside of these events, David, can you still come out? People still come out just for the regular corn maze as well?
Yes, for sure. We are open right through to the 21st of October. All those other special events are the only time you have to purchase tickets ahead of time. We're open daily during the week, 12 to 5 p.m. And on weekends, including the Thanksgiving weekend, even Holiday Monday, we're open from 12 to 7 o'clock.
And if people are not familiar with where the greenhouse is, can you give us a location?
We're on Range Road 3232, just west of St. Walburg. And Google Maps or Apple Maps, probably the easiest way. Type in our name, Bozer's Greenhouse, and it'll bring you right to the farm.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. It sounds like you've got lots of exciting events, and I know that people who have been through that haunted corn maze tell me it's a quite the experience and very, very scary. So be prepared for that. Thank you so much, and good luck with everything.
Thanks, Stacey. And yeah, we're looking forward to having people come visit us, and we're going to put on a great show here over the next few weeks.
We're just about to wrap up the show today. We got one more story left.
One more thing.
StatsCan released some fun facts, including the most popular baby names for babies born last year.
Okay, I'm excited to hear this.
Olivia was the top name for girls, while Noah was the #1 name for boys.
Okay.
However, it appears a majority of people were opting for something different, as unique or rare names accounted for 86% of all baby names in 2022.
86%.
Now, 86%
That's a large
is,
chunk.
and we were talking about it earlier, but it's just, what constitutes it as a rare name? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, like I think we were saying both Callan and Jace are probably unique
rare names.
I think anything besides John and Jane?
John
maybe?
and Jane.
I don't
so
know.
if
Those are
it's
the
just
basic
John
ones.
and Jane, then no wonder 86%. Like, but that's all the time we have for you on Primetime Local News. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.